after nearly 10 years as a builder rep, I quit. That's right, I left a great company, an amazing boss, fantastic coworkers, after the best year of my career, after hitting a personal record of 39 closings in a year. And what did I leave it all for? A job with a 10% 5-year success rate. A job that requires monumental levels of consistency, self-discipline, and commitment. Believe me, it is not all selling sunset out here. It is hard work. So why did I do it? If you're looking to make a similar change, then make sure to watch till the end because I'm saving all of the most personal, vulnerable stuff till last, and maybe it's stuff that you can relate to. Hello friends, and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things new construction here in Northeast DFW. I am now a realtor with almost a decade of experience on the builder side of things, and now I'm bringing that expertise to you. Don't forget to subscribe if you like content like this. All right, let's get to it. So today is going to be a little bit of a different style video, more chatty, get to know you, conversational style. I'm going to give you a little bit of an inside look into what it's like being a builder rep and talk about exactly why I left to pursue real estate. So the first reason that I made this change is limited inventory. When you are a builder rep, you are assigned to usually one specific community. There was a point in time where I was actually over 3 different communities, and that was crazy. It's a good thing that I am a very organized personality type because I had all of my binders for all 3 and I was keeping everything straight, keeping all the plates spinning, but it was a lot, and most salespeople are going to be over just a single community. So if somebody comes in and they're looking for something specific, unless I had it in my inventory, then I couldn't help them. So there's usually 2 options when you're looking at new construction. There's either a home that you're building from scratch and you pick everything out on, or there's a spec or inventory homes where everything's already been pre-selected, it's already under construction, and it is a lot faster to close on those homes than it is to wait and do a full build. So let's say someone came in looking for a very specific floor plan and they have to move quickly and I don't have it. Or maybe I do have one, but it doesn't have the options that they're looking for and I don't build that plan anymore there. Or maybe I just don't have anything that they're looking for, but we still clicked, we still got along, we wanted to work together. And there's not really anything that I could do as a builder rep at that point other than maybe refer them to a different community or just wish them luck. Bye. Nice to meet you and connect with you for the last, hour, but I can't do anything for you. And not only that, but there would often be times where there would be gaps in what I had available to sell. So maybe I finished one community and I'm waiting for a new community to open up. And in the meantime, I don't have any quick move-ins, which means I'm not making any money because being a builder rep along with being a realtor, they're both 100% commission based typically. So unless I had quick move-ins, it might be 6 months, 7 months before I would get another paycheck. So luckily the paychecks are big and you can make them stretch if you're smart and you save up, but it can be a challenge, especially for people who are new to the industry and they don't know that they have to make hay while the sun's shining because it's not always going to be shining. And just to go back 1 second to when you really connect with somebody, I'm the type of person that I don't like giving up. I don't like saying, nope, sorry, I don't have anything, I can't help you. I want to see it through to the end. I'm like a dog with a bone. I want to find the one, right? And that's something that's just not an option as a builder rep, and it is as a realtor. I can stick with people until we find the one. Reason number 2, and this is kind of personal to me specifically, is I got really into social media marketing whenever the market shifted in 2022. So that fall, interest rates went through the roof. Things slowed down quite a bit. I went from having a ton of traffic walking through my model doors every week to there were some weeks I was only getting 1 person in the entire week. And I had to make that sales pitch count because that was my only chance of making any money, hopefully sometime in the future. So I was like, all right, I got to figure this out. I got to figure out how to get people in the door. I have to generate leads, which is not something that a builder rep usually has to do. Usually the company is doing all of the marketing and people are coming to you. They're finding you because they're interested in your neighborhood and they're coming in your model door. That doesn't mean that you're not doing any marketing efforts as a builder rep. You are. Usually you're doing a lot of realtor outreach and there's still ways that you're trying to generate business, but I really wanted to be able to connect with people on a more personal one-on-one basis, and it's a lot easier to do that with social media. People can see your personality, they can tell if you're somebody that they would like to work with, and it was also an opportunity for me to educate people about new construction, which is something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about helping young first-time buyers especially get into their first home, because it is really difficult for the younger generations to make homeownership a reality. And I hate seeing my fellow millennials and now Gen Z coming up after us feeling like that's not an attainable goal for them. So I wanted to help show people that even though rates are high, hey, builders are offering incentives. There's ways you can get closing costs covered. You can get a lower rate. There's solutions out there if you know about them. And I wanted to get the word out. But here is the thing about doing social media as a builder rep, and that is that there's only so many times that you can film your same model tour, your one model that you have, or there's only so many times you can talk about your one community that you're selling out of, and eventually kind of start to lose that creative passion for it. And I wanted to be able to do lots of model tours, which is what I'm doing now. I wanted to be able to really get to know different areas, different communities, what they had available. I wanted to spread my wings a little bit, and being a realtor has allowed me to do that. And I can now go into any city, any community, any builder, and I can learn about that product, I can feature it, I can showcase it, and that's a lot of fun for me. It's a lot more variety and challenge, and having to keep all of that sorted in my little mental Rolodex of what's available where, and I enjoy that more challenging creative aspect to it. I also had to always get corporate approval if I wanted to post anything controversial. For instance, I just recorded a video on things that your builder won't tell you. You can check it out here. But anything that might make the builder look a little less than stellar, like, you know, the builder doesn't want that out there, and that's totally understandable. I get that, but I wanted to be able to share my own personal, honest opinion, even if sometimes it might be a little controversial or it might not be 100% flattering to the builder, which, you know, nobody's perfect, including companies. So I like to be able to give my honest opinion and feedback, and I don't have a boss to report to that can approve whatever content I'm posting. It's me. I'm the one that approves it, for better or for worse. By the way, if you are getting something out of this video, it would mean so much to me if you would just click that thumbs up button. Tell the algorithm that I'm doing a good job so that more people see videos like these. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. All right, we're getting into some of the nitty gritty, one of the biggest reasons that I left, and that is the strict hours. You are often the only person in that office. Sometimes you have a sales partner, but you're usually not both working there at the same time unless it's the weekend. So if you need a sick day, or you want to take a Saturday off to attend a wedding, or, you know, you just have life stuff that comes up on the weekends, most of the time it's kind of too bad. Like, you gotta suck it up, you gotta deal with it, because weekends are prime selling time. And if people want to see that model in that community and the builder wants to sell homes in that community, somebody needs to be there to man the fort. So you need to be in that model every day, minus your days off, from 10 to 6, 10 to 7, whatever the builder's hours are. You have to get fully dressed. For the girlies, you got to do the full hair and makeup every single day. And I know that a lot of people deal with that. A lot of people have to go into an office and they have to get ready every day and work in person. And that's something that's just kind of part of life for a lot of people. But it's a lot for me, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. That's my last point I'm gonna get to, but I really wanted more flexibility in my hours. I wanted to be able to take days off when I needed them and not feel guilty like I was letting somebody down or having to find a host to sit at the model at the last minute because, I woke up and had a sick day, which I have a lot of sick days. That's something we're going to talk about in a second. So I wanted that ability to be more flexible with my time. The next point is long commute. It's part of the job for a lot of salespeople. You never really know what community you're going to get assigned to. It could be one that's 5 minutes down the road. It could be 40 minutes. It could be an hour. You just don't know. My last community that I worked in was 40 minutes away. So I was spending an hour and a half in the car every single work day. That's a lot for me. I don't like driving. It often gives me a headache. I felt like with that hour and a half being taken up every day, that's time that I'm not able to make a healthy meal or go for a walk or spend it with my family. There's a lot of time that gets sucked up into that long commute every single week. And it felt like so much of my job was on the road. And yeah, you can turn on an audiobook or a podcast, and my commute was pretty at the end. It was nice to see the sunset and the countryside and all of that, but it just was something that felt a little soul-sucking for me personally. And some people don't feel that way. Some people, that's their me time, that's their quiet time. They enjoy a long commute, but it's not for me. And as a realtor, I get to choose which areas I want to work in. So I specialize in Northeast DFW. I'm up in Anna. I like to work in Melissa, McKinney, Allen, Van Alstyne, this little pocket of the Metroplex. And yes, I'm willing to go further than that, but it's not something I want to be doing every single day, 5 days a week. It's not my jam. I don't like it. And not only that, but usually you're getting home kind of late in the evening. I was always so hungry by the end of the day, and I just couldn't wait to get home and eat dinner late in the day. And by the time you're done eating and you get changed into your comfy clothes and you sit down and maybe you watch an episode or two of TV, and then it's time to go to bed. And I just felt like my whole life was wake up, get ready for work, drive into work, sit at work, drive home from work, eat, get a little bitty window of relaxation, at which point I was too tired to really do any hobbies or hang out with people or do anything, go back to sleep and repeat it. And you just kind of feel like your life is slipping away from you when that is your schedule. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. And that brings us to our last point, which is physical and mental health and just general work-life balance. And I worked for a company that, they wanted us to have work-life balance. They wanted us to take our vacation days. They didn't want us stressed out and burnt out. But it's kind of part of the job. It's hard to avoid it. And it's especially hard for me because I am autistic and I have ADHD and I have a lot of chronic health conditions that cause chronic fatigue and frequent headaches. And, I have flare-ups. I have days where it's difficult for me to get out of bed and brush my teeth and do anything, feed myself. So on those flare-up days, like I said, I hated having to call in for work, and I felt guilty asking for the amount of time that I really needed. So even though I worked for a company that's we want you to be healthy, we want you to have work-life balance, I didn't feel like I could achieve that personally with what I have going on. I didn't feel like it was possible, and it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to the company. It wouldn't be fair to my coworkers to take the time that I really needed. And as a realtor, I do have that flexibility. I can get work done in my pajamas in my home office here. I don't have to go out and socialize and talk to people and put on that cheery salesperson mask every day, no matter what I feel like. I have a lot more downtime in this job. And yes, it is still hard. It is still work, but I don't have a 40-minute commute. I can do it in my PJs most of the time, with the exception, of course, of these filming days or going out and doing showings with people, or there's still part of it that I have to do that, but it's a much, much smaller percentage of my time. And I feel like I do have a lot more balance now. I feel like I can take a Saturday afternoon off to go to a friend's backyard party. I can pursue hobbies. I can try and take care of my health a little bit more, which I know is a constant struggle for all of us. But at least now I have the time for it. So if I'm not doing it, it's just my own personal excuses. And I also really wanted to come to EXP because of a lot of the benefits. There's opportunities for passive income. There's sponsorship revenue share. Once you reach your 16K cap, you don't have to do a broker split anymore, and you can keep 100% of those commissions. You can earn your 16K cap back in stock if you reach icon status. And there's opportunities as well when you get to that level to give back to other realtors in the form of coaching and hosting webinars. So that's something that I have always liked doing. I've always liked helping people learn how to do something, passing on the knowledge that I've gained. I mean, that's part of why I do this YouTube channel, because I just like helping people and I like learning and I like passing on the things that I've learned. So there's just a lot of opportunities, and overall, it's been a sigh of relief for me to be able to take this time. And yes, it's hard. It's hard to generate your own leads. People aren't walking in my door anymore, but I'm really enjoying this process of like learning how to do YouTube and putting these videos out and connecting with people on here. And the leads are starting to come in, and it's really exciting and it's gratifying, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So if you are located anywhere in North America and you're thinking about becoming a realtor, or maybe you're already a licensed agent and you're wanting to break into this niche, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm part of a small group of like-minded agents that specialize in new construction, and we're all passionate about the power of social media. Don't worry, we hate door knocking and cold calling too. We would love to help you find success in this difficult industry, but you gotta take that first step of asking for help. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.